That whole team and community for a long while. We've been waiting for this resurgence. But when I think about the resurgence, Ian, I think about one individual in particular. You talk about the experience and the leadership. You can't look any further than Casemiro for what he's done in the second half of the season.
Yeah, I think even after this game, most people will turn to Bruno Fernandes and his performances throughout the season, obviously achieving 19 assists. We'll get to that. But Casemiro's performance, I thought, was ridiculous. So good. And the header situation that he's got going on with his goal. 9 goals this season, 8 of them coming by header, is absolutely insane. The guy just continues to throw.
Manchester United edge Brentford 2-1 as Casemiro and Sesko deliver. Carrick debate intensifies. Manchester United secured a hard-fought 2-1 victory over Brentford on Matchday 34 of the Premier League, with goals from Casemiro and Benjamin Sesko proving decisive in a match that once again raised questions about consistency, control, and long-term direction at Old Trafford. A win built on key moments, not dominance. United did not overwhelm Brentford, but they were more clinical in decisive phases. Casemiro opened the scoring with a composed finish that underlined his continued value in crucial moments, particularly in matches where midfield control becomes fragmented. Bruno Fernandes, represented by Bruno Fernandes, once again acted as the creative hub. His influence was visible throughout, linking play between midfield and attack, dictating tempo, and constantly probing Brentford's defensive structure. Sesko's contribution proved to be the match winner, with the young forward showing sharp movement and composure in front of goal, an encouraging sign for United's long-term attacking depth. Brentford, however, refused to go quietly. Under the guidance of Keith Andrews, they remained disciplined and dangerous in transition, eventually pulling a goal back to set up a tense finish. Carrick's case for the job grows, carefully. Much of the post-match discussion centered on Michael Carrick and whether his current spell in charge has done enough to justify a permanent appointment. There are clear positives. United look more structured, less erratic, and more capable of managing game states than earlier in the season. The players appear more settled, and the team is showing improved balance between attack and defensive responsibility. However, questions remain. This performance, while effective, was not dominant. United still relied heavily on individual quality in key moments rather than sustained control over 90 minutes. For a club of United's ambition, that inconsistency may be a concern for decision-makers evaluating long-term leadership. Controlled progress, but unanswered questions. The 2-1 scoreline reflects a team still in transition, capable of winning, but not yet fully convincing in execution. Casemiro's experience, Fernandes' creativity, and Sesko's emergence all point toward a squad with quality, but the structural identity is still evolving. For Brentford, the performance will feel like another example of competitiveness without reward, organized, disciplined, but ultimately undone by fine margins. Conclusion. Manchester United leave with 3 points, but not all doubts erased. Carrick's influence is visible in the improved stability, yet whether that is enough to secure him the job permanently remains an open question. In a season defined by scrutiny and expectation, results may not be the only measure that matters. Control, consistency, and identity will likely decide the next step.